Srimatre Namaha, Sri Rama Raksha, Sarva Jagat Raksha. Before getting into the topic, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you motivate us in bringing out the sacred content to you all. I am offering a paid consultation or guidance service through email. If you want to avail it, you can mail me at vibehighrights@gmail.com. Today I am going to talk about one of the planetary grid networks. So, what is this planetary grid network? Let's understand that. So, our guardians, so many years back, so many BCs back, they have created some grid networks based on the different shapes of the different spirit animals. Okay, in order to reconnect our human selves to the gardens and in order to establish that connection. So there are several places in the entire world where this entire system of a stargate or a grid network is established. It is a network from above. If you look at this network from the, if somebody is looking at the earth from a bigger view, you can see it in the form of that network in a form of different shapes. Okay, so now these different shapes, some of the, like, there is a triple lion network which looks like a lion. So this triple lion network or great white lion grid, this triple lion network is connected to great white lion grid, and this great white lion grid, it looks like a lion when you see the, when you have the etheric view of earth from the above, from very higher dimensions. When some of the angelic or guardian beings, when they look at the earth, they can see this grid which is available on the earth, which looks like a lion, right? So this is the great white lion grid. So like that only, we have several different planetary grid networks which were established by our guardian races. But what happened in the history was this, dark forces or the dark beings, they have destructed and they have infiltrated these grids. So these grids are not working the way they should be when it was established by our divine guardian races. So now these grids, like we are has a star seed, or those beings who are the Christos groups, they are coming onto the earth. They have a divine mission, they have a sacred purpose to reclaim all the things which are related to the divine. Maybe it's grid or the stargates or the portals or the tools or whatever it can be. So there are so many things which are of the divine, which were given to the earth as a gift, or has a protection, or has a connection, or the communication network between the divine and the human race. Okay, or the beings who are there, who are present on the earth, who are working as for the divine. So they have a communication network, or the magic rails, they are who are incarnating here on earth to help the earth ascend back into the Tara. So they have this link, they have this communication network through these grids, through this grids which were established by the guardian races. And also these planetary grids have so many several functions. Later when we discuss about each grid, when we discuss so many things about the ascension journey and also the stargates, portals, tools, techniques, all these things I'm going to explain one by one, all the things related to all these things which are connected to the planetary grids. So every video of mine from here on will give you some information, some clue about that planetary grid, or the way it works, or the things which are associated with the divine which are given to us, and how you have to utilize those things, those tools, or the stargates, or these portals, or these grids, or the networks, or the telecommunication networks. All these things we are going to talk about one by one. So if you don't want to miss about these things, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any important update regarding all these things, because this information, I have been trying to transmit this information since so many years now, but I don't know why I couldn't do it. But now maybe I'll see, even after uploading this video, I'll see if it goes, I mean, if it gets uploaded or not. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I'm trying my level best to put this information out, so that most of the star seeds, or the most of the people who are connected with this, they can awaken and they can participate in the soul purpose or the soul mission, okay, as soon as possible, because the time is really very less now. So for so many things are already happening on the earth, so we have to be like very alert and very focused in doing our Christos purpose and Christos mission, for which we have incarnated here on the earth. Okay, so now here the first grid network is, however, the I have to talk about the white line grid first, but then I'm talking about the four phases of man, because here this four phases of man is also connected to the parallel dimensions. And in order for me to explain you about the parallel dimensions and all those things, I have to first finish off this one, because right now the current energy is has such that we are, some of us may be experiencing the parallel realities, and we have also the purpose related to the parallel realities. I'll talk about all those things, but let me finish the brief introduction of the four phases of man. After this, I'm going to help you all understand the parallel realities and parallel dimensions, and what you have to do regarding this by giving the examples of movies or the things which I know, or whatever the knowledge I have regarding this or the parallel realities. I'm going to help you all out with that, and you can also comment in the comment section below if you want to add anything. Okay, if you want to tell us anything, if you want to add anything, you can add in the comment section below. Also, if you want to talk to me, you can mail me at vibharaits@gmail.com. If you want to avail any kind of a paid consultation, or if you need any kind of help in your ascension journey, you can take the paid consultation, which will be an email consultation through email, which will in which I will help you in sorting out your ascension related problems and so on. So now the four phases of man. The four phases by the number four. What do you understand by four? Four means four directions: east, west, north, and south. And also four means foundation. The foundation of something is four. So like four pillars. Four pillars can help. That four ways. The four pillars can help in constructing that building. Okay, so this four phases of man, or four pillars of man, so these four pillars are in the three different sets. So for example, so there are four pillars or four phases in the earth, and there are four phases in the parallel earth, and also there are four in the inner earth. So when we combine all these things, there will be 12 pillars, 12 guardian pillars, which will be activating. Okay, so these guardian pillars, in order to activate all these 12 guardian pillars, what you have to do is, what has a these planetary grid network of four phases of man, that should come online. And guardians have been trying from so many years to activate this and to bring this thing online, and it happens in phases. Okay, there have already been like 2 phases already done in activation process of this, in spite of the dark forces trying all their tactics in order for the guardians not to activate it, or they have done their level best so that this couldn't get activated. But then the guardian races have already activated the 2 cycles of the 4 phases of man. The last cycle was in 2003. Now we are receiving this information, and this information is very much important for us, all these star seeds, to understand, so that we can also has a part of a mission, will be in hand in hand process with the guardian races, so that whatever they want to bring in, whatever the grids or the whatever networks which they have to bring online, we can help in that procedure as a representative of guardians here on the earth. Okay, so now here the 4 phases of man means 4 directions. I've already told you: north, south, east, and west, right? So there are 4 directions also. So here the 4 directions, and also there are 4 elements which are connected with the 4 directions. I have made some videos about the elements, and also I have connected the elements with the aura. So if you have missed my aura playlist, which have, the videos of in the series of the aura which I have made, in that I've clearly explained how to cleanse your aura with the help of these elements. So if you missed that videos, please go listen to that, because that is also connected with this. That is the like a very important and a basic level where you will understand about the elements. So now we have to do the elemental re-encryption. Okay, elemental re-encryption. Those of them who are the Rishi identity of consciousness, or those of them who are having the Rishi template, this guardian aurora races, what they are doing is they are hosting the elemental re-encryption for the threefold founder flame solar Rishi consciousness units to heal the elemental bodies in order to correct the corrupted levels of the physical matter. This anchors the full spectrum of the 12 guardians of the pillars into the planetary body. So here the Aurora Garden races are hosting this elemental re-encryption process. So in order to understand all these things, first you have to have knowledge about the elements. Are different elements, how do they function, and what is the importance of these elements, how these elements are connected to our chakras, how these elements are connected to different directions. You have to know about all these things. I've already made some videos about the elements and also the elemental re-encryption. I have added some shorts. You have to focus on shorts also, because in the shorts also, in on our channel there are lots and lots of clues which are hidden in the shorts. So don't miss on the shorts also. Watch all the short or reel videos which are made. In that also you'll get so much of clue and so much of information. And also these four directions are connected with the four elements, and also these are four levels of consciousness. Everything you can think of four is connected with this four. Okay, this four phases of man, or the four pillars, or which are in the different sets of the 12. Okay, so here now there is a guardian who is called as Ezekiel. He is a I honestly don't know like a much story about Ezekiel, but Ezekiel plays a very important role. Like there are so many stories on the western side of the world where Ezekiel is also called as a prophet Ezekiel. So Ezekiel is a very important plays a very important role in so many in correcting the so many planetary grid processes, or whatever in the things which are in there in our ascension journey. And also Ezekiel is connected with the correction of the 8D rod and staff, all these things. So in my future videos also, in certain topics Ezekiel is also going to come. Like I'm going to also tell you what all Ezekiel has done. He is our garden race, and Ezekiel have been for so many years. Ezekiel have been like was under the custody of the dark forces for so much of time. And then he was tortured, and even his body was like they have done the so many things with the Ezekiel consciousness body parts also, in the and those consciousness body parts were also lost in the earth's grid somewhere. And then the all the things guardian races have done their best to reclaim the Ezekiel's consciousness body parts, and then the Ezekiel got liberated, and he's also united with his twin flame. And then he also is under he's again back to his Christos mission. He was a Christos prophet, and he was a guardian Christos race. And then there have been a lot of torture which has been done to the Ezekiel, but then for so many after the so many years of guardian intervention, Ezekiel is back, and then he is united with his twin flame also, and Ezekiel is back in his work of doing his Christos mission and helping the earth grids and also the planet earth. So he have done so many things with regards to the corrections, or the stargates, or the things which he have done, and also his counterpart. So we will discuss all of those things one by one, okay, in our future videos, whenever the whenever the concepts are needed to be explained with the help of the garden Ezekiel. I'm going to do that. Okay, now Ezekiel, he had a vision. So when I was trying to understand about the four phases of man, I literally cried, because for entire one day I was like, I knew that I have to understand about the four phases of man now, because it has been there for so many years now, and it like the things about it come every year, but I was unable to understand much about it. But then later, now this time it came a phase where I couldn't skip it, I couldn't ignore it. I have to understand it somehow. So I was like, the entire day I was like sitting like just in like silence and with blank face that something should help me understand this, or some procedure should, I mean something should happen and I should understand this. Or I felt like I have to understand this. It's very important for us to have this knowledge about the four phases of man. It's very important for us to do something regarding this four phases of man. I literally felt that even after like a 2 or 3 years back, whenever I was receiving about the four phases of man, I wrote it in my notes in a very simple terms, and then I have gotten over that, right? So but now here it was like I felt like it is like a huge calling for me. No, I have to do something regarding this, and I have to try to understand it the bestest way possible, and also I have to share all those things with you all. So one entire like since so many days now, I've been like a back of this thing only. But then there came a point where I was like broken. I was like broke into tears, and I was like sitting there, and I was like asking help to divine, do something regarding this. Okay, so I was like in tears, and I felt like I have to understand this all these things, whatever is happening right now, the current energies and all these things, because it was very clumsy, and these things are like really very complicated. Some things are really very complicated. Even if we understand, we are understanding in bits and pieces and in parts, and also there is so much to it. There is not just it is not just something which we are talking here. Yes, we are trying to interpret it, and we are trying to understand it, and we are trying to communicate this information and pass on this information and talk about this information with each other. But then still I feel that there is so much to it. There is like there are so many hidden secrets about it. But then I'm only whatever I'm able to process, and I'm able to understand these complexities, because it is really very complicated. I feel that the things are very complicated, and it's in the energy or light form, and then I'm trying really very hard to put these things out in words, and so that we all can understand it, and so that we all can integrate this the things or these concepts. So I was struggling really very hard to transmit this information, because it's all in the form of energy or consciousness. Yes, I understood that I was receiving this kind of consciousness or vibration or frequency or whatever it was, but then I was struggling really very hard to try to give it words. So there I felt like very bad, and I was like sitting just like an entire day. I like just was sitting in blankness, in that silence, and then I was really trying to understand how could I give it words. And then now I'm trying my level best to give it words, and in the way in whichever way possible I'm trying to explain it to you all. And then feel free if you want to add something, and if you have understood anything about the four phases of man, to talk about it in the comment section below, so that it will help all of us. Okay, so now this thing has really got layers. This entire planetary grid system really got layers. But whatever, and in whichever way possible, I'm trying to put it out to you all, so that we all can work towards it, right? So here now, these four living creatures, they are four living creatures. One is lion, the other is cow, another is eagle, another is the face of a man. So these four creatures, Ezekiel, when he once saw a vision where he saw a combination of a organism, uh, with of these four creatures. Like these four creatures are combined together, and it all these four creatures took a form. And he saw that vision, and when he saw that vision, he was getting his own downloads. He was receiving so much of information, like about this all the four creatures which are connected into one. And this four creatures which are connected into one, this is like a consciousness of a god which he was receiving. And the information, I mean, these four creatures which are combined, took a form. It is something which is related to which is related to the source consciousness or the god consciousness. And he was receiving that. And when he had this vision of the four creatures combined together, and then he wrote the books which related to these four living creatures. And that books are called the books of Ezekiel, or wisdom book of Ezekiel. Let me know in the comment section below if you have ever read this kind of a book of Ezekiel or something. If it helps everybody else, then it will be great. Okay, so if you have any kind of such information about the books of Ezekiel and what he actually wrote in those books about these four living creatures, you can feel free to share in the comment sections. So now these four living creatures which he wrote all these things about these four living creatures in his book, and he's called as a prophet Ezekiel. And then based on this, the same four creatures which he saw, the vision of the four creatures which he saw, these four creatures only were taken. I mean, these shapes were only taken to create the planetary grid network. So there are four planetary grid networks. In addition to that, there are also some Aurora planetary grid network also. I'll talk about that too. But then there are four planetary grid networks, which I've told before. Like we have lion, great white lion grid network and golden eagle grid network, and also we have the this blue cow grid network, which is the Indian grid, which is connected to the India, and also there is four phases of man, four phases of man grid network. These are four grid networks. So now each grid network is connected to one direction and one element. Let's discuss about that. So now, and these north direction is connected to wind and air element. So north direction is wind and air element, and here it is thought perception. So how you perceive your thoughts, it's all your mind, air element and mind, and also the heart, because thoughts are in your mind, and the things which are happening, which are taking form as a thoughts, or the patterns of the thoughts are happening because of the previous impressions which you already have within your system, within your conscious and subconscious layers or unconscious layers. You already have the previous impressions of the all the experiences which happened with you, and based on those previous experiences, thoughts take form, because you already had some past experience. Based on that experience, your mind will create thoughts, and that thought perception is connected to the air element, which is also the heart chakra, and also it is connected to the north direction and also wind. So here I'm giving the description about these elements and the things associated with it, and later I'm going to explain about the things which are connected to different, how these things are connected to different planetary grid networks. Now here the south direction is the body, which is earth element. Okay, so this is earth element, and it is connected to the physical reality. So if you want to note down this, you can note down, and whenever I'm going to talk about the other planetary grid network, you can connect these things with that. Okay, now here the south body is connected to the earth element, and it is connected to the physical reality, the reality which we are living in. We are like physical creatures. Here everything happens, we are living in the physical reality, in the 3D world. Everything is 3D here, and this 3D realm and the 3D reality is connected to the south, and it is connected to the body, and it is connected to the earth element. Okay, so now again the east direction is connected to the spirit. It is connected to the spirit, and it is fire element, which is the four phases of man. So four phases of man is connected to the east direction, and also it is the spirit element, spirit thing, which is there, and it is connected to the divine will and the soul spark. Okay, divine will and the soul spark. So when you activate the four phases of man, then the four phases of man planetary grid network activates in the earth grid. However, guardians are trying to release all those infiltrations and bring back all these planetary grid networks the way which they were before when the guardians created them. The way they used to function before, we have to bring all those things online, and we have to as a star seed, we have a divine mission and a divine purpose. As a collective Christos group, we are working on releasing these infiltrations and also bringing these planetary grid networks. If you think like it is like a machine which the divine gifted us, and that machine is due to various reasons is damaged, and now you have to do some repair work, so that that machine will work the way it used to be when it was gifted to us. So it's just like that. So by the example I've explained you how you can understand it. So here we have to help this grids to in getting back to their original position on the way they used to be, or the way they used to function on the planet Earth. We have to bring back that to into that space or that energy level where it can function the way it has to function, right? So now here the west direction is connected to the emotions or emotional body or water. So west direction is connected to water. So here the water means your sacral chakra, your feelings, your subconscious mind. All these things will come under the emotions of water. So now here the subconscious mind, your subconscious mind, all the other minds, the unconscious mind is the earth element and all these things. I've talked about all these things in my previous videos. You can go listen to the videos on unconscious mind and also the collective unconscious mind. It will give you a lot of clue about the things which are associated with the planetary grid networks also. If you have to understand something about the collective thing or the things which are associated with the stargates or the grid networks, you have to have the knowledge about the collective unconscious mind. I've already made some videos about the collective unconscious mind. You can go check them out. Okay, you can listen to all those videos so that you can get more clarity about all these things which I'm talking to you here about. So now your emotional body, your mental body, your physical body, and the spiritual body. So all these four directions are the four bodies bodies, which are your mental body, your emotional body, your physical body, and the spiritual body. When all these things combine, okay, all these things combined, then you will be like a perfect human. Your spiritual body is a soul body, or the where your etheric, all the etheric systems and all these things come, right? So here, this four phases of man, the structures or these idols are there in the child. Physical location of it is there in child, which is there in the Easter Island. So they are like a 12 pillars, which is like a representation of what guardians have done. Those phases of man which are there in the 12, and these phases of man represent the the star planetary grid network, which is the four pillars of man grid, or the four phases of man grid. And it opens the alpha omega, it opens into alpha omega, to the inner earth and to the galactic core and to the omniverse, which is the parallel universe, and also opens to the aurora, aquaferin, and crystal star. So when this activates, this opens into all these things, which it opens into alpha omega, it opens into inner earth, it opens into galactic core, it opens into omniverse, parallel universes, it also opens into aurora, aquaferin, and crystal star. Finally, the crystal star, which is the consciousness family, through the 12 sound pillars intersecting with the three planes, vertical, horizontal, and diagonal. So these 12 sound pillars, they intersect with the horizontal lines, vertical lines, and also the diagonal lines of the planet Earth, okay, of the planes of the Earth. So these four living creatures in the book of the Ezekiel, they are four planetary, these are like, that is these same four living creatures are the four planetary grid networks, which connect into the Magi Grail crown of the four royal stars. These four grid networks are also connected with the four royal stars. I'm also going to talk about the four royal stars, which is the crown of the Magi Grail, and which spans into all the three harmonic universes, and the four living creatures hold the cosmic clock of the eons and the timelines connected in the galactic core, that has the history of the instruction sets and the organic historical records upon the earth, Para, and Gaia. The four phases of man are with other three, combined with the other three, lion, eagle, and a blue cow, are to generate the fifth element. When these four are combined, when it is the four phases of man is combined with the lion, eagle, and blue cow, and then it will generate the fifth element, the fifth principle, which is the ether element, fifth element principle, which is the divine ether. All the four, when I told you in the beginning of the video, all the four elements are there. When these four elements are combined, this will give rise to a fifth element, which is the ether element. And when this ether element is like a ether principle gets online, then the 12 guardians of the pillar, return of the return of the ether element and all the other elements, which are actually have gone through the elemental reincarnation, and also the 12 guardians of the pillar, they all come online. And then the return of the 8D solar rod principle back to the founder Ezekiel. This has happened, I told you before only. And then the Gaian matrix, the lower dimensional timelines of the four phases of man, unite up with the four hands of man. So all this, the four phases of man unite with the four hands of man. This will give rise to a golden boy network to generate the monadic family connections from the Gaian timelines, which merge with the which merge with the lower timelines of the soul family extensions on the earth. So when all these things happen, then what will happen is this four phases of man, they unite with the four hands of man, and that will give rise to a golden body, which will golden body network, which will generate the monadic family connections from the Gaian time matrix. So you might have heard about the soul family members, right? All these things. Then soul family members, maybe they are coming from the Tara. So Gaian family members, the people from the Gaia, from where maybe you are a starseed or multi-dimensional being who also exist in the Gaia, and then when all these things happen, you will meet those beings who are connected with you in those Gaian timelines. So that will happen when all this merge will happen and all the union of all these things happen, activations of all these things happen. Then you are going to merge that monadic family connections from the Gaian timelines, which will merge with your lower timelines of the soul family extensions on the earth. So you are going to, maybe you are going to meet those people who are from the Gaian matrix, or your monadic family, or your own soul family will be upgraded into the monadic family extension. So all these things will happen, and you will be receiving the, or you will be maybe hoping for the entrance, or maybe you will have the entry of your monadic family extensions into your life when all these things happen. Okay, so this four phase of man is also a Lipin system network. Lipin means what? It is the Lemurian pylon implant network of the four phases of man, created between 22,500 BC and 22,326 BC, was designed to restore the 12D blueprint of the earth and prevent the fall of the earth into phantom matrix, and undergo the 12th cycle activation. It has undergone the 12th cycle activations in 2023. I've told you before only, bringing the great white lion and golden eagle grid online. So when these things happen, and maybe some of you who are connected with the Lemurian timeline, so when all these things happen, first thing is, you might connect with the identities of your root race. You might understand about your root race much betterly. You might have your monadic family extensions who might enter your life, who might come into your life after all these things. And then you might also understand about your Lemurian timeline, or the timeline in which or you might understand more things about the Lemuria, and you might understand more things about your own multidimensional soul being who was in that Lemurian timeline, and then you can integrate back that all those Lemurian memories of you after all these things. Okay, so it is connected with the Lemuria. The four phases of man is connected with Lemuria. There is Lipin system, and also there is Epin system. The Epin system is connected with that is the Atlantean pylon implant network, and this is the Lemurian pylon implant network. So this was created in the 22,500 BC. I don't know why, but this number 22,500 BC, I receive this a lot. I don't know what we have to do with this thing, but then this number 22,500 BC, I think we have to know more things about this number, this BC, or this time period where maybe many things have happened. So always and always, whenever I go back into the past, or go back into the history, or tap into something which is connected to the other worlds or the parallel worlds, this number comes a lot to me, which is 20,500 BC. So if I understand something about it, I'll tell to you all. Also, you can let me know in the comment section below what all you know about the 22,500 BC and what is connected with this 20,500 BC number. Okay, so this, of course, Lemurian pylon implant network was created during this time period only. Other than this, if you have any other additional information regarding this, and if also this number calls out to you, also let me know in the comment section below. How many of you feel like you know this number? How many of you feel like you have something to do with this number? Let me know in the comment section below. So now here also this not only the Lemurian pylon system will get activated, and also this will restore the 12D blueprint of the earth. That is a very great thing. So there are so many things which will happen when the four phases of man comes online. You will know about the genetic history, you will know about the race history, you will know about your race and root race, you will know about your tribal genetic memories, you will retrieve your memories, and also you will connect with the monadic family extensions. You will connect with your monad. Your monad will enter into your life, and also your blueprint, 12D blueprint of the earth, and your personal human self will be restored when all these things happen. And also the most important thing, to prevent the fall of the earth into the phantom matrix, also this four phases of man is very much needed, and activations of the four phases of man is very much needed, and this information is very much needed for everybody who are in the Christos missions, who are star seeds, who are already awakened, who are in the ascension journey. Please share this information to all those people, because this will help in the earth to restore the earth's 12D blueprint, and also to prevent the earth to fall into the phantom matrix. It's very important to activate all these planetary grid networks. So that's the reason why this information is very important, and I've done a lot of hard work for this information. So hit that like button, and also comment at the comment section below what all you know about the four phases of man. Hit the notification bell, and also after all these things, what will happen, the next stage of the ascension journey is the cosmic master timekeeper embodiment of the four folded flower will happen. I'll talk about that in maybe some future videos. For as of now, you have to understand this 4 phases of man. If you missed out anything, if you did not understand anything, you can listen to this video again, and also you can share with me anything you want to share in the comment section below. Share this to everybody who are in the ascension journey, who are in the awakening process, who are star seeds, who are twin flames, who are connected with the Elohim, and also who are connected with the Anuhasi, Mua, Lemurian timelines, and also who are in this Christo's mission of reactivating and recalibrating the entire system of the planetary grid network. Until then, I'll meet you again with the other planetary grid network. I'll talk about the other planetary grid network in my next video. So, thank you so much for tuning in. Sri Ramaraksha Sarva Jagat Raksha Sri Mate Namaha.